Hi, it's Dr. Armstrong at Whole Care. Prolonged stress can have many impacts on our body, but one of the biggest things that begins to happen is that our adrenal glands can weaken over time. Your adrenal glands are your stress handling glands, and they're very much involved in helping your body adapt to the stresses and strains on it, both mental and emotional stresses and strains, as well as physical stresses and strains, such things as a bad diet or too much toxic intake, not enough sleep, other aspects of a stressful lifestyle. Some of the symptoms that you might begin to experience if you're having adrenal problems would be ongoing fatigue, things like slight lightheadedness or dizziness or spaciness when you get up quickly if you've been sitting for a bit or lying down. You might also notice that your eyes have become more sensitive to bright light, and you can't go from a dark place into bright light without a tough time adapting. You might find yourself grabbing your sunglasses all the time nowadays. You'll also see things like a tendency for depression or mood swings. Also, you might find that you're more on the other side of that extreme and being very anxious and perhaps more feeling like panic attacks are nearby. You might have both. In fact, a lot of people with prolonged adrenal issues find that they simultaneously feel both wired and tired. So one of the things that you can do to first start getting a grip on this and support yourself to reduce some of the stress on your adrenal glands is to make sure that you keep your blood sugar level from bouncing around all day long. So one of the best ways to do that is to focus on not going any long periods throughout your day without eating. So what I would suggest is every 2 to 3 hours, you want to have a snack from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. Every 2 or 3 hours, and you might have to set your watch or your timer to remind you to do this, you want to have a small snack, primarily protein focused. That would mean like almonds, a handful, 6, 8 almonds. It doesn't need to be a huge snack. A hard-boiled egg would be a great snack. Some other protein type food. The things to avoid are juices, candy, chips, crackers, bread, pretzels, all of those high carbohydrate foods, which you may actually crave when your blood sugar begins to drop down, are foods that are going to perpetuate some of the stressful biochemical cycle that ends up depleting your adrenal glands again. So by taking control of eating on a nice scheduled basis throughout the day, you'll immediately take a little load off your adrenal glands, since they now won't have to kick into emergency mode to help keep your blood sugar stable. So get up and eat all day long, small snacks every 2 or 3 hours, and it'll begin to ease some of the stress on your adrenals. Another thing I would highly suggest would be to use some supplementation to help strengthen them back up. And what I like to use primarily is Standard Processes Drenamin and MediHerb's Adrenal Complex, which is an herbal complex to support the adrenals as well. But the big thing to start with is make sure you're controlling what you're eating. And also to help yourself reduce the stress load as you can. And actually, by eating this way, you've already begun to control some of the stress in your life, even if there are things in your life that you can't control. So I would invite you to remember that energy follows thought and matter follows energy. So your thoughts do impact on your body. So pay close attention to what you're thinking and think thoughts that really help you feel well.